You've been there. At a party, a work event, a crowded room. Everyone's talking, smiling, and networking, and you're just tired. Not because you don't like people, but because it's too much. Too loud, too fast. You need space, so you leave. And the moment you're alone, you feel yourself again. If you've ever felt this way, you've likely been told you're an introvert or shy or maybe even antisocial. But what if that pull towards being alone isn't a social deficiency? What if it's a sign of strength? What if it's a forgotten power? Long before our world of digital notifications and curated online lives, one philosopher saw this coming. Arthur Schopenhauer, the famously pessimistic but brutally honest thinker of the 19th century, issued a warning. A warning that in our desperate flight from ourselves, we were losing the very key to our own freedom, happiness, and genius. Schopenhauer's world was one of gas lamps and horse-drawn carriages, but he understood the human psyche with a terrifying clarity. He observed that most people seek out society for one primary reason: to escape. He wrote, "A man can be himself only so long as he is alone. And if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free." Think about that. He will not love freedom. Our modern world is built on the opposite premise. We are told that value lies in connection, in networking, in being seen. Our social media is a relentless performance. Our work culture praises the team player, the collaborator. The message is clear: to be alone is to be left behind. We suffer from a collective FOMO, a fear of missing out. But Schopenhauer's warning is this: what we should truly fear is the fear of being in. The fear of being inside our own minds, with our own thoughts, without distraction. He argued that people who constantly need the company of others are often fleeing from the emptiness of their own inner world. The noise of the crowd is a convenient anesthetic, a way to avoid the uncomfortable questions that arise in the quiet. Who am I? What do I value? Am I happy? Solitude, for Schopenhauer, isn't an escape from the world. It's a return to the self, and in that return, we unlock three forgotten powers. Schopenhauer believed that in society, we are never truly ourselves. We are reflections. We are what our boss, our partner, our friends, and now, our online followers expect us to be. Our identity becomes a patchwork quilt of other people's opinions. He states, "A man's face as a rule says more, and more interesting things than his tongue, for it is a compendium of everything his tongue will ever say." In solitude, there is no one to perform for. The mask drops. The compendium of your true self can be read without interruption. The quiet allows you to distinguish between the voice of the world and the whisper of your own soul. It's in these moments of chosen isolation that you untangle your thoughts from the thoughts you've been fed. You discover what you truly believe, what you genuinely desire, and what your unique purpose might be. It is the crucible where character is forged. The second power of solitude is the original thought. A quote often attributed to Schopenhauer says, "Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see." Whether or not he wrote those exact words, the idea reflects his deep conviction. Genius is born in silence, not in the echo chamber. The crowd thinks in cliches. It operates on consensus and conventional wisdom. Great ideas, breakthroughs, and profound works of art are almost never born in a committee meeting. They are born in the quiet, focused mind of an individual. Solitude provides the mental space for deep work. It allows your mind to make connections that are impossible when you're constantly reacting to external stimuli. It's the space where you can follow a train of thought to its most distant and often most brilliant conclusion. Every great thinker, artist, or innovator in history understood this. They sought solitude not because they hated humanity, but because they needed it to create something for humanity. The third power of solitude is perhaps the most elusive, yet most essential: inner peace. Schopenhauer illustrated this beautifully with his famous analogy, the hedgehog's dilemma. Imagine a group of hedgehogs on a cold winter day. They need to huddle together for warmth, but as they draw closer, they begin to prick each other with their sharp quills. In pain, they move apart, and the cold sets in again. So they spend the day shifting, moving closer then farther away, trying to find that perfect distance, a fragile balance, where they can feel the warmth of others without getting hurt. This, Schopenhauer says, is human society. We need each other, but intimacy and constant contact inevitably lead to friction, conflict, and pain. The person who has cultivated a rich inner life, who has learned to love solitude, has an advantage. They have their own inner warmth. They don't need to huddle as closely with the other hedgehogs. They can maintain a polite and comfortable distance, enjoying the company of others when they choose, but never becoming dependent on it for their survival or happiness. Their peace of mind is not held hostage by the moods and actions of others. It comes from within. Their solitude is a fortress, a sanctuary they can always retreat to. Now, it's crucial to understand, Schopenhauer is not championing loneliness. Loneliness is the pain of forced isolation. Solitude is the joy of chosen seclusion. Loneliness is empty, solitude is full. His warning to modern society is this: by designing a world that demonizes being alone, we are creating generations of people who are terrified of their own company. We are raising hedgehogs with no inner warmth, desperately and often painfully clinging to each other because they are freezing on the inside. We scroll, we post, we connect, we Zoom. We do anything to avoid the silence, but it is in that very silence that our power lies. So here is the challenge. The next time you feel that pull to be alone, don't pathologize it. Don't label it as antisocial. See it for what it is: a call to adventure, an invitation to discover who you are without an audience, an opportunity to think something no one has ever thought before, a chance to build your own inner warmth so you can navigate the world with freedom and grace. The world will always be loud. The distractions will only grow more insistent. Schopenhauer's timeless warning asks us the ultimate question. In a society that screams for your attention, will you be brave enough to listen to yourself? Thank you for watching. Until the next time.